Be My Valentine, written by Supernova95 and read by Envious Rat. Rating general audiences, fandoms, DCU Teen Titans, DCU, Comicverse Teen Titans Comics. With the pairing of Tim Drake and Con L, Connor Kent. Summary. Con just wanted Tim to be his Valentine.
Someone please help, 'cause I think I've fallen in love this time. I blinked and suddenly I had a Valentine.
It had to be perfect. Con would have no less, which is why he bribed the rest of the Titans to leave the tower for the night. They didn't mind much. Cyborg and Beast Boy already had plans. Starfire was off-planet somewhere, and Cassie and Bart had been easily persuaded when he said he'd pay for them to go to Buddy's diner downtown. But he physically paid for alone time with Tim, and Tim won't get off his laptop. He had tried everything, short of setting off the intruder alarm or using his heat vision to burn a hole in Tim's wall.
Tim!
He was whining. Was he proud of this moment? No. Did he have a choice? No. Because a stupid, idiotic, self-sacrificing workaholic wouldn't put down his computer for 2 seconds to let Con ask him to be his Valentine. Which was nerve-wracking, enough because he and Tim weren't going out yet. Yet being the optimum word, because even though he had been in love with Tim since he was born, and Tim obviously had a thing for him, neither of them wanted to make the first move. Well, wanted was the wrong word. It was more like both of them were far too scared to mess up their epic friendship, that neither of them wanted to make the first move. But that ends here. Now. Today. Because he was asking Tim to be his Valentine, and that was that. Yes, Con. Tim actually answered this time. That was an improvement. It may have been an exasperated sigh, but it was still an improvement.
Can I talk to you in the lounge for a minute?
Con, I'm quite busy finishing this report for Batman. Can it wait? No.
Well, I guess. How long are you gonna be?
Well, I should finish this report, and then I have some states to go over from my current project at Wayne Enterprises, and I should run our performance earlier through the simulator, and see what we can work on in training tomorrow. Con did mention Tim was a stupid, idiotic, self-sacrificing workaholic, right?
So you're going to be a while?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a while. Why?
No reason.
Con shut off the communicator. It was time for Plan B. Activate the intruder alert or cut through Tim's wall with his heat vision. Yeah, the intruder alert. Tim probably wouldn't appreciate Con cutting through his wall. All Con now had to do was sit back and relax until... Con, what's going on? Where's the intruder? Where's everyone else? Tim relaxed out of his fighting stance and cocked his head at Con, relaxing on the sofa. What are you doing? Con cleared his throat dramatically and, smiling, stood up, hands grasping Tim's Valentine's Day chocolates behind his back.
I am trying to get your attention away from that damn laptop. Guess I got it.
His confidence dwindled by the second. Tim made a point about going and shutting off the intruder alarm. Did you have to set off that infuriating alarm, though?
Well, yes, actually, I did. Because whatever I've tried has failed. And this was almost foolproof.
Almost foolproof?
Well, I thought you'd be less annoyed at this than me cutting a hole in your wall.
Cutting a hole in my... Okay, 1, where is everybody? 2, why do you want to get my attention so badly?
I paid everyone to make themselves scarce from the tower tonight.
Con could almost pretend that Tim wasn't giving him an incredulous look of condemnation. Almost. But really, he couldn't. So instead, his confidence decided to tunnel its way back to Australia, or South Africa, or somewhere like that. Geography wasn't his best subject.
So that I can get you alone for long enough to pluck up the courage to ask you to go out with me and maybe be my Valentine?
He shoved the box of chocolates out and scrunched his eyes tightly closed. Hearing his rejection would be bad enough. He didn't need to see it as well. Tim was silent. This wasn't his usual broody silence. It was more of an, I don't ever want to be seen with you again silence. Or was that just his worst nightmares coming to life? Really? What came out of Tim's mouth was a very high-pitched squeak, uncharacteristic of their fearless leader, and Con felt safe to open his eyes again.
Uh-huh.
Cassie didn't just put you up to this as a dare. That was the creepy, Batman-like fearless leader voice he knew and followed, because it does something to your mind that makes it impossible to disobey.
Nope. Please be my Valentine?
He hoped he sounded serious and sincere enough that Tim believed him. Tim's usual interrogation scowl melted away as he smiled warmly at Con, accepting the chocolates graciously. I'll be your Valentine, if you go to dinner with me next Friday.
Really?
Now it was Con's turn to squeak.
Really?
Really?
Yes!
He picked him up and swung him round in the way couples did when they finally reunited after a time apart. Though it was the mind-blowing kiss after putting Tim down that left Con going to bed with a smile that night. The end.